Welcome. This is Matt with Let's Talk Music. I'm here with Joey from Locust Grove out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. How we doing this evening?
We're good, man. We're doing really good.
So, tell me a little bit about the new track. What is it? Battle of Locusts. It's from your
Yeah,
debut
Battle
album.
of Look.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
Battle of
sorry.
Locust is the title track to the new record. Yeah.
So, the video is actually pretty cool. I was watching that where you have kids that kind of look like you guys. How'd that concept come about?
Yeah. It was an idea that Zane had. It was loosely concepted just because we just, where were we going to find kids that look just like us, or at least remotely like us. So it was not an easy search, but we knew a couple friends that had some kids that were long fans of the band, and they were like, well, man, like that sounds like a cool idea. Maybe my kid would want to come do it or just whatever. And so we scouted out kids just from local good friends of ours within the group, and we actually got all the kids to meet together I think it was like a week or so before we actually shot the video, and they all got to hang out and stuff and be kids. And I was surprised that we found a lot of kids that remotely looked like us. Like the kid that played me had to wear a wig and stuff because he had a little bit of short hair. But Caleb, who played Zane, it's a good friend of our, Alan Morrison. It's his kid, and I mean, with the curly hair, the blonde curly hair, and how he looked holding a guitar, is like we couldn't have not found a better match for Zane
Right.
playing
Yeah.
him. So yeah, no, yeah, it was. I mean, dude, like we saw Caleb walk in, and we were like, man, how did we get so lucky finding someone that looks just like him? you
Right.
know.
So this is Battle of Locusts is your debut LP, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have
Yep.
like
It's a day debut LP.
do you have EPs also that you've done?
Yeah, so we have one EP that we released back in 2017 called the Monster EP. It's only got 5 songs on it. Um, but since then, man, we haven't really had a whole lot of stuff. We did a couple music videos before we announced the title track of the album and just the album getting released in general. We released Worth My Time first, and then we did Sick of It All as a lyric video, and then now we have the Battle of Locusts. So we have 2 more videos for this record that will release later this year. We got to do a couple more things to them to get them all finalized and ready to go. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, worth my time. I enjoyed that one too. That was a good video, and the song. I mean, you guys definitely got some something going there with the just. I mean, the lyrics, the music. I mean, when Tracy sent that to me, I was like, oh yeah, I want these guys. So
That's awesome.
so it's just did you said that other one came out in 2017? So was it a problem with COVID that stopped you guys from recording anything else, or did you just take some time to?
Honestly, man, we released 20 that in 2017, and we were doing a lot of touring around that time. We did a few tours in 2017. Then 2018, we did a lot of touring. 2019, we were kind of on halt. We were kind of taking 2019 to write the new record. And I mean, dude, just like endless riffs and ideas and bouncing back and forth. Like we would write some songs. We're like, well, maybe this one won't make it on the record, but this one will, or maybe this one needs a little bit of something, but maybe this. And it was a long process, man, and that's why the name, the Battle of Locusts, came about because putting this album out, writing the songs, just with life happening from the time the Monster EP was released until the release of this record, it's been such a battle, man. Just a lot of ups and downs, and then COVID happening and life getting in the way. And we did a lot of touring. We made a lot of sacrifices. We lost a lot of things. And so the Battle of Locusts, in the simplest terms, is it was a battle that had happened in the town Locust Grove in Oklahoma, like in the 1800s.
Mhm.
And so we had that concept for it, because it just sounded cool. I mean, you know, it was like it just had a ring to it. But the more we kind of thought about the album title, we were like, you know, we interpreted it in a way that it was such a battle for us to get this record out, to have these songs and to release them and to shoot the videos and to get the right people behind it. I mean, it was a tough battle, man, and that's, you know, that's why the name of it came about. And yeah, but since the EP, man, we just did a lot of touring, a lot of playing shows, and took a lot of time writing and finding ourselves as musicians in the writing process, most of all. So
Right. So Oklahoma, I mean, that's an interesting place that for a rock band to come out of. I mean, you think Oklahoma, you think mostly country, you know, you got Tulsa and all that. So, I mean, do you guys have a lot of support down there?
oh yeah, and we don't play Oklahoma too often though. We try not to oversaturate our market, you know, and play too much. But anytime we played in Oklahoma, dude, we always have a blast. I mean, of course, all of our closest friends and family, and sometimes when we get on a good show as a support act, or you know, we meet a lot of new fans too,
Mhm.
just within our area that never knew about us, that never knew that we were from there, you know. And as a band, we try to go out to shows a lot, you know, just to show our face. And you know, the most important thing with this band is that we're fans before anything. We'll always just be fans of music. Like recently we all just went to the Testament, Exodus, and Death Angel show as a band. You know, it's
Yeah.
just those are bands we listened to growing up. And you know, a good tour like that doesn't really come through OKC a lot, you know. But so yeah, we try to do some shows in the local area, you know, when it makes sense, when it's the right time, when it's something that, you know, we can benefit from greatly. But we try not to play locally all too much. But when we do, man, it's a blast. Even when we go down to Chickasha or Tulsa, or even in parts that really don't have a lot of shows, even a lot of big shows, really.
Hmm.
Um, we go and we do well, man. So I like playing locally, to be honest. But again, it all has to make sense, you know.
Right, right. Yeah, especially nowadays with, you know, the cost of everything. I mean, fuel and, you know, all that you get from place to place, that can be quite expensive. So, I mean,
Yeah.
um, any tour plans coming up for the new album?
Yes, so we just announced a tour a few days ago. We're going on tour with Charger, which is Matt Freeman from Rancid. It's one of his other bands.
Okay.
We're gonna hike. Yeah, we're gonna hike up with them up on the East Coast. I believe the tour is starting on June 16th and
Hmm.
ends on June 26th. We're stoked. We haven't been on tour since beginning of 2020. The last tour that we were on was in January of 2020, and we got home maybe 3 to 4 weeks before the lockdown happened and before like shit really hit the fan.
Right.
And so that was like the last time we, you know, luckily we were able to go on tour before everything went to crap, so we didn't sit at home too long. But no, so our new record comes out on June 3rd, and so we were thinking, I'm like, well, man, like, you know, I know times are still kind of tough right now. You know, COVID is still kind of tightening its grip a little bit in most areas, touring wise. But you know, it's like, man, like we haven't been up to the East Coast in a long time. You know, we were in the East Coast a little bit on the tour in January, but we didn't go to a lot of the areas that we'll be going to on this run. And so when we got offer to do this tour of Charger, I mean, we're all Rancid fans. You know, that's another
Hmm.
kind of the music that we grew up listening to. We couldn't say no. And it's only like a 10-day tour, 10 or 12-day tour. So it's not too long, but I think with our band mixed in with their band, it's a nice blend of heavy rock, but just a lot of riff driven and a lot of energy just in that tour package. So that's why we're pretty excited about it. But that's our tour plans coming up in June. So that's all we
Cool.
have for now.
You guys, I mean, do you ever play out this way in Ohio or Midwest? I mean, when's the last time you guys was out this
We yeah
way?
we will actually be in Cincinnati on this tour. Cincinnati and Cleveland will be in
Okay.
Ohio. Um, I can't remember the name of the clubs on top of my head right now. And then in January we were in Akron. We played at this place called the Empire.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not sure if it's still there. It was a really nice club. It was snowing like a motherfucker though when we were down there. But yeah, even in the past we played Ohio. I think we played the Foundry, I think, which is
Hmm.
still up there. I can't remember where the Foundry is, but no, we always have a blast playing Ohio, man. Ohio kicks ass.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I mean, you think Midwestern state, it's cow tipping and chewing tobacco and freaking country music and whatever, but
Oh God, dude, Oklahoma, yeah,
yeah.
all day.
But Columbus, though, man, I mean, is it's a big metal city. I mean, it's
Oh
got
yeah,
there's more. We have our share of country concerts and we have our share of rap, rap, R&B, whatever types of concerts. But I mean, mostly the same one you just spoke about, Testament. They're coming Wednesday playing here. So I mean, I've seen Testament numerous amounts of times here. Megadeth, Metallica. I mean, I've so many bands, and it's really surprising how much people love rock in this city. And like we had Rock on the Range. That kind of I don't know what the hell's going on with that. It turned to Sonic Temple, and we haven't heard anything about it since. But they're still doing Incarceration up in Mansfield at the old reformatory. So I
yeah.
mean, the festivals and I mean everything like that still happening around here. Also, you got the COVID restrictions have been lifted, so you don't have to go to a club and show vaccination card. You don't have to go and show a negative test. You don't have to wear a mask. So that's been a big thing for people too. I mean, we just passed a concert last night. I think it was just people were just now starting to line up, but it was quite busy, and it was for Jesse McCarthy, a country singer. And it's people just want to get out, man. I mean, and they're going to concerts like crazy. People really miss music. People really need music, and I admire guys like yourself, that just go at it, man.
Oh, always, man. I mean, like even with this band and even the bands I've been in the past and bands that we've been in the past, so this is our dream. This is something we've always dreamed about. Some tours aren't the greatest, some tours aren't the best, some shows aren't the greatest, but just playing music in general, man, you can't ask for anything more than that. The ultimate payoff is traveling to a city you've never been before, or even if you've been a few times and you always meet someone new no matter what.
Right.
And somebody will come up to your merch table and they'll buy a shirt. They say, "Hey, I just discovered you." That's the ultimate payoff, man. That's why we're out here doing this, And I know a lot of bands say it, and I don't even want to say as cliche as it sounds, because I mean, I don't care if it's a cliche term or not, but like without the supporters and the fans of music, dude, like this, we couldn't really do this. And
Right.
that's the ultimate payoff is people allowing us to freely express ourselves while things are still free, today with everything that's just going on. That's the greatest thing about art, man. There's so many expressions and forms of it, and so many people support all kinds of art. And that's the most important part about it. It's just embracing art, embracing music, and just playing it. And even going to a show, even going to see your favorite band, it's you get to live both sides of that. Being on stage and being in the crowd, it's the sensation never changes. I
Right.
still, like, even to this day, dude, I've seen so many shows in my life, and even to this day, I still get like the nervous excitement because I'm about to go see this awesome band, in a club that I've been in 100,000 times to see shows at. But it's like you still get, giddy and like excited when an awesome show is coming. And you can only imagine people seeing your band, they might be feeling that same way. And
Right.
so even thinking about that, dude, I mean, there's nothing else like it, man. It really is.
Awesome. All right, buddy. Well, I'll go ahead and let you back to what you was doing. I appreciate your time, and I'll hit Tracy up, see when you guys are in Cincinnati, because that's only like a hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes from me. Maybe we can set up a live
Hell
interview
yeah.
with the whole band.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right, brother. Well,
Heck
you have a
yeah.
good evening.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
All right.